weird what it did. Shit, I thought. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Alright. Alright, time to roll some paint on the walls. Is. Stick at. Oh, there's a problem in. Shit. It's got to be started. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. The neighbors across the hall, they've got a welcome mat that says, mat you wipe your feet off or whatever on. It says, let it snow. So that got me thinking about that Christmas, song. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Probably gonna have to put 2 coats on this. I'm hoping I can get by with one cutting coat. I'm hoping. I'll try my best. Just gonna have to wait and see, I guess. Try not to make too big a mess out of this. The less mess you make, the better off you are. People. Ooh. And it takes a half gallon of paint just to fill this big 18-inch pan up. This 18-inch roller is the only way to go. You get twice the coverage. I mean, it's, it's a workout using it, but it's worth it, I think. That's me, You can use a 9-inch if you want. 14-inch, I think they got a 14-inch also. Or, yeah. 14-inch, 9-inch, 6.5-inch, 4-inch. Got about anything you want these days. Trying to get my roller primed real good here. Taking my time. Don't ever get no hurry painting. It's the worst thing you can do. Never every time you get in a hurry painting, you're gonna make a mess, get paint on stuff. I mean, you're just, it ain't good, it won't turn out good for you if you get in a hurry. Try to rush while you're painting. It's some weird paint. It looks tan colored in my roller pan here, but then when I roll it on the wall, it looks almost purple, gray, some kind of grayish purple. I don't know what you call it, really. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Well, this roller ain't wanting to act right, people. Yeah, this is all I do every day. Something to do with property maintenance. And like I said before, mainly rental properties, you know. I do, you know, jobs for people sometimes, you know, that owns their own home. But about 85% of my work is rental properties. This job here is for a property management company. Actually, the actual property owner I've done quite a bit of work for, but he's got a new management, a new property. He hired a new property manager to manage his property, and this is the second job I've actually done for them. And get as close to the ceiling as you can. But when you're rolling, first coat, you know, you just want to get the paint on the wall, really. But, oh. I always go about 5 or 6, I don't know, 5 or 6 feet. Then I'll back roll. You know, do your back roll. Because I might get by, you know, if we was doing 2 coats on this wall, we wouldn't worry about back rolling the first coat. The second coat, you definitely need to back roll. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. But yeah, my tripod is broken, so I just got the camera kind of tilted up against it the best I can, so that's why I can't move it around, get no better footage, so figured I would try to film just a little bit anyway, till I get a new tripod. I don't know when that'll be. Yeah, I'm going to try to start making videos every day. You know, I might be doing painting today. Might be doing laminate flooring tomorrow. Might be putting up a fence the next day. Who knows? Whatever jobs come my way, I know anything about what they're wanting done at all, I'll take the job. Sometimes, I gotta go to YouTube, cause I don't know how to do everything, and there's things I run into that I know, I need help with sometimes, so I even go to YouTube sometimes. Like I said, I'm not no professional, I mean, I guess I consider myself a professional when it comes to, residential shingle, doing residential roofing, shingle work. Now, flat roofs and metal roofs, I don't consider myself professional, but when it comes to shingles, yeah. But that's where I'm the strongest at, is residential roofing, shingles. So, yeah. Everything else, I just, like I was saying before, I've just done a little bit of everything throughout my life. Had a lot of different jobs, in the construction field. First job I had when I was, first construction job when I was 16, I was framing houses. And let's see, not too long, actually my first actual full-time job was putting insulation in houses, and then, I don't know, I've done that for 6 or 8 months. This is when I was 16 years old, and then after that, I've done, like I said, I started framing houses. I've done that for a couple years, off and on. And then, I think when I turned 18, and when I got my driver's license, I started roofing. And by the time I was, 19 and a half, going on 20, I was out contracting roofing jobs myself, started my own little business. Like I said, residential work. Most of it was new houses, new construction. So, I done tear-offs, if they come along. I done that up until I was like 27, run my own roofing business. Done pretty good. But yeah. But then I quit for a while. I don't know, I have to talk about that at a later time. The reason behind that, why, if I was ready, but anyway, yeah. I've done a little bit of everything throughout my life, and and when I was roofing, sometimes in the winter, I had a buddy that, he was like me, except his strong point was framing doing framing, but in the wintertime, you can't work outside when the weather's bad, so we was contracting flooring jobs. That's where I learned how to do flooring. We would do hardwood flooring. Well, back then, there wasn't a laminate flooring around that I know of. We was working for a guy that he was a tile guy. He was a tile layer, and but he didn't like doing hardwood, so he would give us all his hardwood jobs. And then when we would catch up with him on our hardwood, we would pack tile for him and mix mortar and grout, and yeah, I started learning a little bit about laying tile also, which I've laid just a little bit, but not much. But yeah, I'm all arounder, I guess. I've done a little bit of everything throughout my life. The guy that I worked for doing framing, he also done remodel. He framed new houses, but he also done remodel work. So, and when you're doing remodel work, you do a little bit of everything. Yeah. So, that's where I learned a lot of my skills, is, you know, when I was doing the remodel work, you know, framing new houses and doing remodel work, that's where I picked up most of my skills at, was working for the framer. In the meadow, we can build snowmen. Wish I could turn my camera around and show you guys what I'm doing, but I'm sure you're tired of hearing me blab my mouth. Probably don't give a shit what I've done, where I've been, what to do. But anyway, yeah. But like I said, like I was saying, you know, I don't know how to do everything. I get stumped every now and then. I think I might have been, I might run out of paint here, folks. I was thinking 3 gallons would do this one bedroom and it's a small bathroom. This bedroom's kind of, you know, it's pretty good size, but I mean, it's not that big. But this also, these 18-inch rollers, they put the paint on a little thicker. It takes a lot more paint to prime the roller also. But once you get these babies primed and get rolling, I mean, you can put some paint down. Don't think you can't. Yeah, a lot of people, I guess, don't use these big 18-inch rollers because, you know, it's kind of, I guess a lot of people, it wears them out, their arms and their shoulders. But me, I've always done a lot of hard grunt work and stuff anyways. So this 18-inch roller is right up my alley, folks. Okay, it's time to move at least one of these drop cloths. I gotta get it over here. Oh, sure, I don't get no paint on the carpet. That would not be good, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, oh no, there went our lights. We're in the dark. I want to see if I can re-angle this camera so you guys can see what I'm doing. That'd probably be nice, wouldn't it? Instead of hearing me blab my mouth. But yeah, you can put your drop cloth right up on the trim. Oh, just always paint my trim last. Do my cut in, paint my trim last. I think one coat is going to cover these walls. Shoot, this whole oh shoot. Forgot to do the camera. I'm not too good at this. I don't know if this is gonna be for me or not. Just damn sure nobody gonna watch these videos. I think you got some good content and things. Oh, pan around, it's a little easier to get to. But I'm just gonna leave it right there on the drop cloth. But yeah, this property management company I'm working for right now, this lady, she's pretty picky too. Which I'm the same way when it comes to my painting. You know, shouldn't be no reason why you can't do a good job. You should do a real good job when it comes to painting. Take a little pride in my work. I don't like to slop it on. I mean, anybody can paint, yeah. I mean, that's true, but, you know, not anybody can paint and, you know, do a good job also. Anybody can slap paint on the walls, slop it everywhere, and the crooked cut-in lines and all that stuff. But I try to take my time. I'm not no professional painter, but I like to take my time and try to do a good job. I mean, you know, people might hire you, you know, do a good job. People hire you again later on down the road, you know. They get, you know, come up with some more work. You do a bad job though, and people just think, you know, they ain't gonna call you again. They might not say nothing about it, but they for sure ain't gonna hire you again to do another job unless they just don't care what it looks like. I mean, I guess there's people out there like that also, but most people, you know, want you to do a good job when you're doing anything, which you should. You should take pride in your work, take the time and do a nice, neat job, whatever you're doing. Just always take pride in your work. I mean, that's just me, you know. I like to watch the Idaho painter. He's real good. I've learned a lot of stuff from him. Little tricks and things. Little cut-in trick he does with the frog tape. That's, you know, I've used that little trick a bunch. And your cut-ins, talk about getting some laser straight lines. Use that frog tape and caulking. So I'm going to show you all that when I do my cut-in. Show you guys how to do the cut-in with the frog tape and the caulking, the Idaho painter trick. Yeah, I figured I'm always watching YouTube, so, you know, I do the same thing a lot of people on there does, so why not start making some videos myself. I don't know about that little spot, I think. I don't know. I think I'll come back on that. Let's do a roller for these small spots. Maybe roll it out a little bit first. Need to caulk some holes in this closet. Yeah, there's a few holes in the wall in here, which that ain't no problem. Just need to take a little caulking. Well, there's a nail head there. Need to get that out. Where my screwdriver is. If it's not hitting the stud, should be able to take a screwdriver, pry it right out. Don't leave no rough edges sticking up. And just take some caulking, fill the hole up, paint right over top of it. Now, if you're using a flat paint, and you go over top, you know, if you use some caulking to fill some holes and cracks up, for some reason, you can't paint over top. With caulking with flat paint, it'll crack every time. Why? I don't know. But it's a fact. I learned that the hard way. I learned that the hard way. Learned or learned? How do you say that? I don't care. Anyway, y'all know what I mean. There you go. Holes taken care of. Well, some more over here too. They must have had bunches of stuff hanging in here. You run into that. You run into that. That's another thing. You run into that a whole lot in these rental units. Sometimes they don't, you know, come in and paint and do any repair. They just clean them up and rent them to the next person. And then after 2 or 3 people, in a couple years that went by, the walls end up with a whole lot of holes in them. Got a cobweb in the corner there. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but we need to get rid of that. We want no cobwebs in our paint. That's no good. That is a no-go. Okay. Now, I didn't bring no broom. You can always just take a paintbrush or something, you know, take a paintbrush, knock the cobwebs down. Just make sure you don't use that paintbrush with the cobwebs in it. Make sure you clean it out. I usually keep an old paintbrush with me and do stuff like this, but I forgot to get it out of the trailer, so we will just use this paintbrush. Oh, it sucks being short sometimes, by the way. All you tall people out there, must be nice. Sometimes being short has its advantages, and sometimes it don't. I guess. I wonder if tall people, like every now and then they run into, you know, something where they're too big. They're like, man, I wish I was short. Oh. Anyway. Anywho. Alright, we're taking care of that, so. Oh shoot, now it's time to roll the walls. Let's see if I can set the camera up a little bit, you guys can see.